Hi, today's story is Trumpet the Little Elephant with a Big Temper by me, Jane Clarke, illustrated by Charles Fuge. And it's for anybody who's had a cross moment, a tantrum, lost their temper. So, not always when we were small, but particularly I remember this when one of my sons was small. It was Trumpet's birthday. Mrs. Trumpeter was finishing his cake. Trumpet and his sister were building mud towers. My tower's better than yours, boasted Tilly. But mine has to be best, Trumpet said. It's my birthday. And he plopped a glob of mud on top of his tower, and another, and another, and another. His tower wobbled and toppered to the ground. Splat! Trumpet's ears flared. He swayed from side to side, swinging his trump. Hurrah! He trumpeted, trampling all over the toppled tower. Calm down, Trumpet, said Tilly. Oh, Trumpet, said Mrs. Trumpeter, you must calm down or you'll spoil your birthday party. So Trumpet rolled around in the cool mud. I'm better now, Mummy, he said at last. Well done, said his mother. Let's have lunch. The juiciest leaves were high above Trumpet's head. Trumpet stood on tiptoe and stretched out his trunk. He grasped the tip of a leaf and pulled. Boing! The leaf and the branch twanged out of Trumpet's reach. His ears flared. He began to sway from side to side. Calm down, Trumpet, warned Mrs. Trumpeter. You'll spoil your party. But it was no good. Harumph! Trumpet trumpeted, stomping so hard that all the dead leaves fell off the tree. The dry leaves and dust swirled and whirled as Trumpet swung his trunk. Count to 10 with me, coughed Mrs. Trumpeter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Phew. I'm better now, Mummy, Trumpet said. That's my Trumpet, said his mother. Next time, try counting to 10 before you lose your temper. Now let's get down to the waterhole. It's party time. And tail in trunk, they made their way to the waterhole. Mrs. Trumpeter carefully set down the cake. Yummy! Bananas and peanuts, my favourite. It's the best birthday cake ever, Trumpet squealed. I'm glad you like it, his mother said. It took me ages to make. Look, Mummy, Trumpet's tails twitched with excitement. My friends are here. Time for cake. After the games, his mother smiled. The games were great fun. Beryl won Bush Bash. Percy and Pansy won Pick Peanut, and Winston won Push of War. Well, not surprising because he's a rhinoceros. The next game was Dead Lions. It's my birthday, said Trumpet. I want to win. They all lay as still as stones. A bee landed on Percy's nose. Pansy giggled as Percy squealed. You're out, said Mrs. Trumpeter. A bee settled on Winston's horn. He snorted hard. You're out, said Mrs. Trumpeter. The bee buzzed around Tilly. Tilly's tail twitched, but Mrs. Trumpeter didn't see. Tilly's tail tickled Beryl's nose. A tissue! Beryl sneezed. Trumpet jumped. You're out, said Mrs. Trumpeter. It's not fair, Trumpet wailed. It's my birthday, and tears of rage spurted from his eyes. Here we go again, murmured Tilly. I have to calm down, Trumpet thought. So he took a deep breath and he counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. And sure enough, it worked. He felt calm again. Is it cake time yet? He asked, wiping his eyes with his trunk. Almost, said Mrs. Trumpeter, giving him a hug. Why don't we all go and play Squirt the Dirt first? Yippee! They hurtled towards the waterhole. Splosh! They came up spluttering and began to squirt and splash each other. Mind the cake, Mrs. Trumpeter warned. It took me ages to make. Too late. Squelch. My cake, shrieked Trumpet and Mrs. Trumpeter together. The cake was demolished by the deluge. Uh-oh, said Tilly. Mrs. Trumpeter's ears flared. Tears of rage sprang to her eyes. She swayed from side to side, swinging her trunk. Hurroo! She trumpeted. Mrs. Trumpeter was quivering from the tips of her tusks to the end of her tusky tail. My, she's looking cross, isn't she? Everyone hid behind the termite mound. Calm down, Mummy, Trumpet yelled. But Mrs. Trumpeter was too cross to hear one little elephant. Help me, Trumpet said. Everyone count to 10 as loud as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew, that's better, said Mrs. Trumpeter, sitting on the termite mound and flattening it. Well done, Mummy, said Trumpet. You're nice and calm now. You haven't spoiled the party. But what about the cake? Mrs. Trumpeter asked. Let's eat it, Trumpet said. We'll do a cake countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, they counted, and then they guzzled up the gooey cake. It's yummy, Mummy, Trumpet said. Yummy, everyone agreed, and they all sang, Happy birthday, dear Trumpet, as loudly as they could. Trumpet looked around at the sticky, smiling faces. It's the best birthday ever, he beamed. So, nobody got cross and spoiled the birthday party. So if you're feeling cross, try counting to 10.